Hey, what's up, guys? Coming to you today, real life testimony. Talk to you about judgment. Judgment's heavy. A lot of people have to deal with it. I've had to deal with it. I think everybody probably at one point in their life has had to deal with it. Like, somebody walking up to you telling you that you don't belong there. Um, or worse than that, they don't tell you. They just treat you like you just don't belong. That ain't the spot for you. Maybe judgment happens in church. Maybe it happens walking down the street. Maybe it happens while you're riding in your ride. Um, Riding in your car gives you a lot of judgment just because, um, a lot of times people are disrespectful and they could have one type of vehicle, and now you have created a stigma within that entire type of vehicle that every person's like that. And that's hard for us, right? We shouldn't do that. We should not be judging people by what they drive or what they look like. Um, I really don't think we should judge people because of their views or beliefs. I mean, in my mind, I think that I've been told that we just gotta love each other and show our love for everybody else, and then let God sort His work out. Let God be the judge. I don't think that's up to us. I don't think it should matter to you that I got tattoos up and down my arms. Um, you know, it's funny because a lot of times one of the things that's overlooked in judgment is weight. Now, I've been a big dude all my life, 6 foot tall, 300 pounds in the eighth grade, 13 years old. So I've been big. I know what it's like to kind of get class and put in a class of person. And what what sucks about that is that you're so shallow minded for judging anybody else on anything. Like, a lot of people, you see it all the time. I actually heard this dude talk about it, but you see um, some of these preachers that are just hellfire brimstone preachers. That's what I call them. Those dudes are up there telling you about how bad everything is you got going on in your life, and they weigh 400 pounds. Like, cheeseburgers is bad too. And I know that all too well. I understand. Like, I got a lot of demons in my life. I got a lot of things I got to sort out. I get it. But I certainly don't walk around judging everybody else for what they're doing. You know, right now a big epidemic in our country is heroin. And that epidemic is strong. Like, it's a big deal. It's something that is getting closer and closer. Like, if you can't feel it where you're sitting at, then I bet you your next door neighbor can. It's almost like when you're asking people about cancer. Have you ever been affected by cancer? Like, that's how big heroin is. But you know what? You can't deal with people that are dealing on that are messed up on heroin. You can't deal with them and judge them. Like, what good is that going to do for you, for me, for them? It don't do anybody any good for you to judge anybody else. You should sit back and love each other like you would want to be loved, regardless of what position you're in your life. If you got friends, you reach out to your friends, get some help. Reach out to me, I'll help you. I'll do anything I can for anybody. If you guys are going through some hard times, then you let me know, and we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it through Messenger. We'll talk about it on the phone. I'll come wherever you live. Don't deal with your problems by yourself, though. There's so many people, man, that take their own life, and you don't know what they're dealing with, because those are the people that don't want to talk to you. And I want to get to those people. I want them to understand that there's always somebody to talk to. Like, there's way more here than you would want to run away from. And everybody has bad times. Everybody has seasons in their life. Seasons, a big deal. Like, we all got seasons. Some of our seasons are good. Some of them are bad. Some of them you're like, I don't know if I'm going to get through this season. But you get through it though, because God won't ever give you more than you can handle. So I encourage you guys to understand judgment is bad for everybody. It's definitely bad for you, especially if you're the person, if I'm the person being judged and you're the one judging me, a lot of times your actions speak louder than your words. Like you think that you're like, oh no, you're good, you could be blah, blah, blah. And then you get in the room with them and you see them do things that they're like, they ain't really feeling safe. So I just encourage you, don't judge, get to know people. Understand, there's good and bad people, I get it. But if good people don't reach out to bad people, how are they going to be good? How are you ever going to have a bad person turn good if you can't reach out to them and look at them like they're just like you? You reach out to them and look at them and act like and talk to them like they're a heroin addict. I promise you'll never get your point across. Or an alcoholic. Alcoholic's always been a problem. That's a big deal. Like, don't reach out to an alcoholic and tell them how much they're drinking. That doesn't help anybody. That ain't helping them. That's the one thing they don't want to hear. When I was drinking, if somebody would come up to me and tell me I had a problem drinking, I would just be like, no, I just drink on the weekends. And I drink another one. Like, don't just, understand who you're talking to. You don't know where those people came from or what shoes they walked in. You got to understand where they came from. You got to understand their past. At least give them the chance. Give them the chance to tell you their story, their testimony. Give you their testimony about their life and all the trials and tribulations they've been through. It might help you through yours. I know me creating these videos helps me as a person. That's why I do it. I feel like it helps me because I'm able to talk to myself through the video. I'm looking at myself right here. I mean, that's the thing. Sometimes we need to be in touch with who we are before we worry about who they are, who the other person is, who the people are that are on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, who Snapchat. Do you spend more time doing that than you do dealing with who you are? Because maybe that's the issue. Whatever the issue is, reach out if you need something. Reach out if you need somebody. If I can't help you, I can find somebody that can. And if you're being judged and you know it every single day, do something about it. Don't sit there. Don't be miserable. Wherever you're at, in a relationship, at work, whatever. And understand that you're going to be judged. Just don't let it bother you, because there ain't but one judge. Be yourself. That's what we're supposed to be. We're all unique and individual because we're all different. We do different things. We have different paths. We live in different backgrounds. Our hood was different. My hood was Frog Level Road in Greenville. That ain't hood. I I grew up in the country. But somebody that grew up right off of Crenshaw Boulevard, I don't know what they dealt with. All I know is what I see on TV. Half that crap ain't real. So that's the thing. Like, just before you go throwing all this blame and judgment on other people, understand who you are. Get in touch with yourself. Don't judge nobody. Walk around tomorrow and not even think about who's around you or judging people. When you're looking at them, don't look at them and say, oh man, I bet that dude's going through some tough times. Well, if he's bawling, crying in the corner, then yeah, maybe he's going through some tough times and you should reach out to him. Other than that, keep that opinion to yourself and worry about how you walk. Walk the walk. Real life testimony. Because everybody has a story.